Good morning, Port Harcourt. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, River State. Yes, this is Top TV. My name is William Tabule, and this is your newspaper review segment. Yes, we're back on the street again. Today being 13th of August 2021 is a Friday, and yes, we're here to take the newspaper headlines like we do every other day, and we're going to be taking comments from people live on the streets here. And you get to know how they feel about these headlines, how they see it, how they perceive it, and how it affects them directly. So if you're ready with me again, we're back here 13th of August 2021 and ready to take the newspaper reviews. Come with me as we do this together. Me here, the Punch newspaper is a national daily with very interesting headlines on it. And let's see what the headlines here are saying. The very bold headline here says, States defend community testing stoppage. Experts warn of disaster. Under that you see, no mass testing. If someone feels somehow, we test. Ekiti Task Force Coordinator. That he's the one saying that, and this is regarding COVID-19 free rise. He says COVID-19 free rise. States defend community testing stoppage. Experts warn of disaster. You know, the warn of disaster. So if you want to see more of that news, pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper. Go to page 2 for more details on that headlines. Alright, other headlines on the Punch. We see here federal government hikes vehicle number plates driving license rates by 50%. Federal government hikes vehicle number plates driving license rates by 50%. We also see Nigeria's UK High Commission shut as officials contract COVID-19. Alright, let's go on and see other newspaper headlines here. Let's see what the Sun is saying, the Daily Sun. I have with me here the Daily Sun newspaper. Let's start from the top here. It says, be impartial in allocation of immunities orders, Wike charges federal government. Be impartial in allocation of immunities orders, Wike charges federal government. And the very bold headline here says, PDP asks court to sack APC chair, Buni deputy, once on candidate declared Yobe governor. We'll meet in court. That's what the governor is saying in response to that. That's what the governor is saying. Then down here we see 2023 presidency, Ohaneze blast Ogunlewe. You are suffering from diarrhea of the mouth. That's what Ohaneze is saying to Ogunlewe. So for you to get more details concerning these very interesting headlines, pick up a copy of the Daily Sun newspaper for details of that. The Nation newspaper is saying, the Nation newspaper, it says boldly here, it says, striking doctors slammed with no work, no pay rule. Striking doctors slammed with no work, no pay rule. Very interesting. Under that you see resident doctors summoned by industrial court. We won't surrender. In response to that, the resident doctors are saying, we won't surrender. You can't intimidate us. We'll continue with our strike. For you to get more on that detail, please pick up a copy of the Nation newspaper. Let's see what other headlines of the Nation is saying. It says, troops deactivate illegal refineries in Niger Delta. Down here you see IPOB shut down of Southeast unnecessary, says Kanu's family. Interesting. IPOB shutdown of Southeast unnecessary, says Kanu's family. Accuses group of ignoring lawyers' directive to halt. Very interesting. For you to get more details on all of these very interesting headlines, pick up a copy of the Nation newspaper and read for yourself what all of that headlines is saying. We're still here with you. This is Staff TV and we are live on the streets checking newspaper headlines. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our pages, and then follow us on all our social media handles for more interesting contents like this one. And hey, turn on your notification bell to receive notification when we put up interesting contents like this. Let's continue with our headlines. Let's see what This Day is saying. This Day newspaper. It says APC at crossroads as PDP tells court to declare Buni deputies' seats vacant. Let me take that again. APC at crossroads as PDP tells court to declare Buni deputies' seats vacant. Once party governorship candidate running mate in last election sworn in. You see, the same headline we saw there. We also see here a picture of former governor of Lagos State, Ahmed Tinubu. It says presidential visit to Tinubu. Buhari visits Tinubu in London. Very interesting. Very interesting. So we're still taking headlines. And with me here is This Day newspaper. For you to get more details on this content here, please pick up a copy of This Day newspaper to see what the paper is saying this morning. So we'll go on and talk to a few people and let's hear what they feel about these headlines. Let's hear their opinion about these headlines. As you stay with me here on TAF TV, we are still doing the newspaper review. And today is 13th of August 2021. Stay with me.
As a businessman, I want to say my opinion on this share going 49.5 billion, 45.9 billion naira. That is my own opinion. It's a judgment to suffering of oil producing communities who are being marginalized and deprived. That I believe that the share is still the common of a hope of a common man in the society. That other communities who have been exploited and robbed by the oil companies should rise up to and do what the good people have done. That say Martin Luther King said, "Injustice is a treat to justice." That the injustice that have done to these people, justice have been done to them, because if other communities can rise and say, no, we cannot allow these things to happen. We cannot take our resources and keep us in a polluted ground and develop other areas, other communities, with any area of the international community with our resources. I think it's a welcome development that they have fought a good fight. That other people should rise and do it. They should not fear. Never fear of favor. They should rise and fight suit on their matter, on their environment. Because it happened that we hear that some country like United States in Alaska, where British petroleum tanker fall into their sea in 2011 April. When Barack Obama was the president of the United States, the U.S. Congress passed a law and they paid them $20 billion compensation. We had the case of Shetland Island in England, where Trans-Niger pipeline of British Petroleum and Shell passed, and they pay them every month as royalty $30 million. If the international oil giant can come do all those things in their own land, why can't they not do it here without going to court? I hope that is sometimes our own mistake. Because we're supposed to go to court as an oil company, a civilized oil company, before you make sure going to spend from 1970 to 2021, before you will pay the owner of the company. Have lost all the money to illegal practitioners before you will pay, begging to suffer. that the Nigerian government should enact a law, the National Assembly, that any oil company that operate in any area must obey the memorandum of understanding of that community and pay them their compensation, not to go to court to seek redress in the court of law. That any community, the National Assembly should make a law, a bill to pass in a law. Just like what happened to BIPP since 2007 or 8 years ago at time. It's today just since they passed it. They were playing politics about this. And our leaders and the National Assembly member should not play politics and deceit about if they are real representative against their own people. It does not happen in the US Congress or British Parliament in London. Anything that affects their people, they make sure they go to people won't die.
So in essence, you're saying that the people of Ogoni should be treated fairly?
Yes, and other oil communities in the Northern Ide, like the case of Soku, the case of Katan Channel in Soku in our area, the case of Oloipo, the first oil commercial oil well in 1956. If you go to there, they are still polluted a bush mangrove, a dance. That this community to rise and take this matter up, and justice will be done to them.
Thank you very much. You know, here on Chap TV, we take comments from people that are concerned about the well-being of Nigeria, you know, about the growth, how they feel about these things. And as you can hear from the young man here, he's talking about how these, you know, multinational companies that are resident here in Rivers State should take care of the communities that are hosting them. You know, thank you very much. We're still live here. Don't forget to drop a comment, you know, about these newspaper headlines as you know, listen to us. Drop a comment. Let's hear how you feel too concerning this, you know, headlines. Thank you. We're still taking comments on the street. Come with me as we take more. All right, I have this young man with me. We want to hear his opinion. He says he doesn't feel very good about the way the country is going. Let's hear him talk to us. All right, sir, can we meet you?
The leadership of Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari is failed the youth of this country.
How?
Yes.
Now, how is it failing us?
There is no employment. Everything, if you want to the market now, rice, a bag of rice, if it doesn't have no less than 20-something thousand, there is no way you can purchase a bag of rice. Ordinary tomato, ordinary tomato, if it doesn't have 500, 1,000, there is no way for you. Why before at least 150, 100 naira you can buy a tomato? A sachet of tomato now is 80 naira, 100 naira, 150, which is very, very bad. How can a poor man can offer to buy all those things? There is no way for a poor man to buy all these things. You understand? Okay, to employ a youth, currently they say that a youth is the future of tomorrow. Is it not? But are we seeing it? If you went to the House of Assembly now, there is no way you can see a man of 30 years, 20 years there. If he doesn't carry God for this country, nobody will recognize him, which is very, very bad. You understand? Which is very, very bad. Now, when you say the truth of the country, they will arrest you. If it doesn't have somebody to bring you out, that means you will die there.
So, as a young person in Nigeria, you know, 2023 is coming. Yes. A lot of young people feel this way about, you know, the administration, how the country is being run. What plans are we, you know, making to change all of this in 2023?
I like what you asked me. The problem, if you ask me if our youth now can say that all these things will end, it will end. Now, how can we end it? We say that apart from any youth to come out for 2023, no more voting. If you say no more voting, all these things will end. They will ask about our problem and they will know how to solve it for us. But when they give you 50,000, give me 50,000, they will say, oh yeah, give us God. Let us go and fight for ourselves. Before we know it, we will begin to shoot ourselves.
Okay, let me ask you a direct question. Are you prepared for 2023 election? Do you have a PVC?
I have a PVC.
So you are ready?
I will not say that I'm ready. Do you know why I'm not ready? Because I don't know about 2023 about it. I don't know how they prepare it. Because them, PDP or APC, they have already prepared who is going to be there in 2023.
There are other political parties. What do you think?
Yes, the other who knows the other political party? Have you seen any other political party in presidential aspect? How many of them you will see that will be there? If you know that they went to court, they will tell them to go to court. At the end of who is the court? Maybe the APC or PDP is the court. You understand? Because the court are not obeying the law, the order of the country. the constitution of the country, the court are not obeying the law. So what is who is the court? That means there is no need for someone to go there.
From the way you sound like there is no hope in 2023 for us getting a better leader.
My brother, since 1999, we have a better leader. Since 1999, is it 2023 we will have a better leader? It's not possible. The best thing is for youth to say end of this thing. Didn't you see how the NSAS started? But at the end of it, you have seen the way it end. Because if the youth stand on that NSAS protest, but by now, all these things would have ended.
So as a young man in Nigeria, what do you think is the solution? What do you think is the way forward in all of this?
The way forward is let us stop voting for now.
So what is going to be our mode of running this country?
The mode of running the country is when youth arise. If without youth arise, my brother, is no way. There is no way. So I'm expecting youth to say this is the end of this thing. It will end.
All right. Thank you very much. You heard from him. You heard from him how he feels about the running of this country. We're still live on the streets of Port Harcourt. We're taking comments concerning our newspaper headlines and general topics affecting our country. This is Staff TV. My name is William Sabili, and this is the newspaper review. Stay with me. We're still Top TV, and we're live on the street. We have this very young man here that's going to talk to us. Let's hear him out. All right, sir. Let's hear from you.
I want to talk about, according to General Abubakar, he said why Nigeria must not disintegrate. But if he can able to look into the problem of Nigeria, he will observe that Nigeria ought to disintegrate. Because, one, the government of Buhari, General Buhari, have failed the people. And the people are suffering. Bandits, Boko Haram taking over all the streets of the north. People are being kidnapped and the government do nothing. And people are being massacred with impunity without the government taking, adequate control of what's happening in the nation. So such, I will say that Abubakar is saying at a point that the Nigeria ought to disintegrate so that all of us will go to our various ways, so that there will be peace in this country. Because right now the general general retired President Buhari has not do nothing about the people's life, has not taken over the protection of the people, is doing whatsoever he likes, protecting his own Fulanis, and because it's part of them, and without arresting and prosecuting the perpetrators of crimes in this our country. So General Abubakar is saying something that is not tangible, because he has not seen what is happening, because he's enjoying everything. He's already ex-president, in this country, so he can do anything, he can say anything he likes. But what I'm telling you, I'm assuring that if the government of Buhari keeps silent about the impunity in killings and everything that's going on, this country will eventually disintegrate.
So you believe that disintegration is the way forward?
Well, disintegration is not really the way forward. But what I will say is that if the government of Nigeria, Buhari, did not take, in fact, a step to stop this killing in this country, well, we have no option than to disintegrate. Yes. So that's where I'm trying to say that Buhari government, APC government, have disappointed this country and disappointed the people. We can flash back during time of Goodluck, Ebele Jonathan. We see how everything was conducted. We can see how the government is a leader, not a ruler. Ebele Jonathan is a leader. He loves the people. Say your mind. Say what. Nobody come after you. That's what I'm saying. They can look at me as a tout. They can look at me anyhow. But Jonathan will look at me as a citizen, that I should say my mind. He should work on what Buhari government is not like that. It's a tyrannic government. So I'm saying this because I'm saying with all my heart that we have lost the best and the only father, which is Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, who has taken care of his people and economically, educationally, every aspect, even spiritually. But Goodluck is our father.
Okay, 2023 is coming up, as we all know. What, as a young man living in Nigeria, what do you think that is the way forward? Because whether you like it or not, we are still Nigeria. We are still one at the moment. So, what is the way forward to, progress?
Well, election is still coming to 2023. But what I'm seeing that this election of 18 is fraud. Is absolutely fraud, because nothing will come out. Those their so-called cabals will still rig the election for their favor. And remember that the Northerns have vowed that power is not shifting to the South. And remember, such threats will not be taken kindly, because Northerns have vowed that power is not going back to the South.
Well, it is said that power is in the hands of the people via their PVC. They are the voters, and by so they have the power to change things. And so, where those people here in the South, what do you think is their position? What are they doing to change things?
Our PVC does not count. You can vote, they can manipulate. They own the power, they hold the knife, they hold the sword. So you can have your PVC, you vote for nothing. So our vote never counts. As long as I'm concerned in this country, our vote never counts. So what I will say is only revolution we need in this country. We need revolution. We have to come out in mass. All the boys, men, women, old and young should come out and revolt and say no for this nonsense, so that we can stop this rubbish.
So you're saying that in 2023 there's no way forward? Like you sound hopeless already.
Yes, there's hopelessness already. In fact, I'm saying I don't know other people, but for me there's hopelessness in Nigeria. In fact, we don't have 2023, no election. In fact, there's no election. That's what I see. There's no election. What I'm saying, if the other part of the cabals or the Fulanis did not understand what they are doing, this country, there will be serious catastrophe. That's what I've observed in this country. So if the government will understand that this is democracy, we have right to speak, and we have right to say what is in our mind and work according to what we are saying. If not, there's no 2023 election.
Wow. And yes, wow. Thank you very much. Strong reaction, sir. And what do you think? Do you fall in line with what he's saying?
Not really. The North is not the problem of Nigeria. The North is never the problem. Everybody, when it comes to election, everybody has a 50-50 chance. If the North was the problem, Jonathan would have been president. Would have won the 2011 election. He won it. So the North was not a problem. The problem we have in Nigeria is that there is no cohesion, there is no unity. What we need is just unity. And the 2023 election, I believe, will hold. If you're a politician, if you see what is happening, how is shifting to the South. And from all indication, when the conventions are out, you see that the president, the chairman of the both parties, the PDP and the APC, they will concentrate their chairmanship to the North.
But from what we have been seeing over the headlines over the week, we've seen that there have been internal rumblings in the PDP and in the APC. So it doesn't look like there's a headway in these parties. What do you think?
No, definitely there are headway. Problems are bound to happen. This is not the first time that problems are happening within the party. Human beings are bound to have problems. So within the party, they are politicking, and everybody is considering his position. You know that? When it comes to politics, it's their interest. If the interest of if they bring their interest together and say this is where we are going, they will flow. But if they do not agree, at the end of the day, I believe that there's a point for them to agree as politicians. If you watch the history of our politics, our politicians will lost 35 years of our politics to the hand of the military. So this is not the time that we say we want to make problem and lose our democracy to the hand of the military again. No.
So you still believe in the democracy?
I believe strongly in the democracy.
So what do you think we need to do right in 2023 to get it correctly?
What we do in 2023 is that there is rotational presidency. And I believe that rotational presidency will come to play. The North has enjoyed their 8 years. The presidency is coming to the South. And if any party believes that they want to run another Northern presidency, they will fail. They will fail. No matter how strong is the candidate from the North, he will fail. So everybody should ensure that the both parties bring their candidates, the presidential candidate from the South. And that is what the parties are doing.
So you don't agree with the popular opinion that Nigeria should disintegrate?
No. Nigeria should not disintegrate. Disintegration is not part of Nigeria. Yeah, during the civil war, you can see that even at the end of the day, Ojukwu came back and became a member of the MPN. This is the man that fought the civil war. At the end of the day, he became a member of the MPN. So the issue of disintegration has passed. What we need in Nigeria is unity. The Igbos cannot lose all they got in the West. If you go to Abuja, most of the businessmen are Igbos. If you go to Lagos, most of the businessmen are Igbo. They are the ones that are holding the country. So are you saying that because of disintegration they will lose their property? They are not ready to lose it. So if you look at that background, you know that Nigeria cannot break up. Nigeria will live as a united, indivisible body. That is my take.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your comment. We're still live on TAP TV and we're taking comments concerning the newspaper headline and all other interesting topics concerning our country, Nigeria in general. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the notification bell for interesting content like this one that you're watching right now. And then of course drop a comment concerning the headlines and other topics that we discuss here on TAP TV. My name is Williams Abule. Okay, so we're still live on the streets of Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. My name is Williams Abule. This is a newspaper review segment, and this is TAP TV. Alright, we've spoken to very interesting people. We've gotten comments from the streets, and you've also heard how they feel about these things that are happening, the changes that are taking place every single day here in our country, Nigeria. Of course, we want to also hear from you. Please drop in the comment section how you feel about these newspaper headlines and how you take your reactions that is concerning these newspaper headlines. Let's hear from you. Alright? And of course, turn on the notification bell for more interesting contents like this one coming to you from TAP TV. Today is the 13th of August 2021 and we're live on the streets with our newspaper review segment. Stay tuned to TAP TV.